So it's time for the next matchup in the Supermarket Premium Lager Taste Test Championships. And we've only got 2 more to go now in this first round. Okay, this is match 7. Let's have a little look at the second half of the table. So as we can see from the second half of the table there, Korev knocked out the Stellar, and that's found a place through to the quarterfinals. And the second place in the quarterfinals has been booked by Krombacher Pils, which got past the Victoria Malaga in that first round matchup. Now it is the turn of Menabrea against Budvar, and basically these two are 2 interesting beers. Menabrea you can get at most supermarkets. They're in Morrison's, Asda. You can also get them in Tesco. They're still part of the same 3 for £6 dealie. But this is it, Menabrea. It's 4.8% ABV. It's a 660ml bottle, and it's up against, well, this one you can get everywhere. This is Budvar. Budweiser Budvar, the original Czech lager, and this is, what percent are we on here? Does it? There you go. This is 5% ABV, 500ml bottle, imported from the Czech Republic, where it is brewed. So, what can I say about these two? This was, I think this is also in the 3 for £6 at Tesco, but you can get it from Home Bargains. You can get it from all over the place. In fact, you can get it about £1.80 a bottle if you look around. So it's a little bit cheaper than Budvar, but I mean Budvar, it's a very good beer. We'll have a see how it does fare against this. I've had Menabrea before. I know that Bella Italia used to do it on tap and on draft back in the day, and I've had it in the bottle as well. I remember being quite impressed with it, so it'll be interesting to see which of these two goes through to the next round. So, not much more to say about these. Menabrea, I think, I assume that's from Italy. What does it say? Is this the only Italian? Oh, you've got Birra Moretti. I mean, that's from Italy as well. So the Birra Moretti Sal de Mer. So this wouldn't be the only Italian one, if indeed it is from Italy. Yes, it is from Italy, which I thought it was. And, of course, the Budvar from the Czech Republic. So, let's get these into glasses. Let's get the taste test underway. Okay, beers poured. And let's have a look at these 2 beauties. So, right, so both beers are roughly the same colour. So, before I start smelling them and all that, if anybody wants to know which one's which, I'm going to show you in a second. So if you don't want to know which one's which, then look away now. Okay, that was which one was which. You can look back. So, I don't know which one's which, obviously. So we're going to have a little look at these and see what the deal is with how they smell and how they taste and stuff. So, let's get the smell on this one first of all. So they both got roughly the same size head, but this one's slightly bigger bubbles in this one. So in the Augustina glass we're getting bigger bubbles on the head. Colour-wise, they're both a similar colour actually, which I didn't think they would be. This one possibly a little bit more amber than this one, but they are very similar. Okay, so let's start smelling this one on the right first. So that smells grassy, lemony, a little bit of grapefruit, a little bit spicy, that one, and a bit of malt as well. It smells nice, that one. I want it to smell nice. It smells nice, smells clean, it smells crisp. Right, let's see what this one smells like. So this one's giving off less of an aroma. So this one's giving slightly more maltier aromas to it. A little bit sharper. Again, a bit spicy. To be honest, these have very similar aromas, which is interesting. This one's got slightly lighter. Interesting thing was, when I opened the bottles, I did get a little bit of a skunky kind of smell coming off, which I assumed was from the green bottle, but neither of these beers are giving me a particularly skunky smell. This one's giving a little bit more away now. It is quite malty again. It's weird. These are very similar in the smell. Well, this one's crisp. This one smells a bit crisper. Smells a bit cleaner. This one smells a bit maltier. From the nose, I have no idea which one of these I'm going to prefer. I've got a little bit of an idea as to which one I think's which, but I'm going to hold on to that until I've tasted. Okay, just because of the kind of smells I'm getting. But yeah, that one. This one smells a little bit maltier than this one. This one's a bit grassier. This one smells a little bit dirtier, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, let's. Right, I'm going to go in for the old taste. I'll just give my mouth a little bit of a rinse out. Going for this one first. Cheers. So it's not as crisp as it smells. It's smooth. It's a little bit bready. There's a little bit of lemon in there. And a bit malty, but altogether it's very nice. Very nice, quite well balanced. Okay, let's have this. And we'll try the Rivington one now. So, here we go. Let's have a go on the Rivington. Right, this one. The taste is a lot flatter. There's not a huge amount there. Sure, it's crisp and quite clean and refreshing, but there's not much else there. So I think I know which one's which, but I'm going to have serious egg on my face if I'm wrong. I'll go back to this one again. I mean, the flavour's not bouncing out at me on this one either, really, to be honest. But this does have the nice biscuity, kind of bready kind of flavour that I love from some of these lagers. It's quite bitter as well, got quite a bitter finish, which is nice. And there is quite a bit of flavour to that one. This one, yeah, there is still a bit of flavour. There's a bit of bitterness, but it's not really coming from anywhere. It's just kind of appearing out of nowhere and just... It's almost like it doesn't know what it wants to be. It doesn't taste like kind of a Pilsner, kind of like a German Pilsner, kind of like that lovely kind of sharp bitterness with the, with the, the lemoniness and the grassiness is always very upfront with the German Pilsners like that. It doesn't seem to have that, but nor does it have those kind of lovely malty, biscuity, bready notes that you get with some of the other lagers. It's just it's almost like it doesn't know what it wants to be. It's quite flavourless. One of them is giving me a bit of gas as well, so I don't know which one that is. But there's not a lot of flavour coming from that one. I would say that's quite flavourless. This one, yeah, it's got a nice bite to it. It's got a nice bit of bitterness to it. It's got a lovely smooth kind of biscuitiness coming through there, which is very nice. It is making me think, and it's weird because I thought, was this the one I said was a bit darker? I would have thought the darker one would be the Budvar. I'm thinking this one's the Budvar, and this one's the Menabrea. But I'll have a little bit more on, do a bit more with them, just before I have my final verdict, because if that's the Budvar, I'll be very surprised because it doesn't have much flavour. And sometimes Budvar can vary from bottle to bottle. I've had some Budvars that have been absolute bangers, and some Budvars that have not quite tasted quite right. But there's always been a taste there. They've always been quite flavourful. They've always been full of taste. This one just tastes a bit bland and not as smooth as it looks. Because yeah, it's crisp, it's clean, but Singha shows you how you brew a beer that's crisp and clean and has loads of flavour and is really good. So does Krombacher. Whereas this is a little bit creamy, which I do like, the finish. It's a bit blah. This one on the other hand's got a little bit more, got more to it, got a bit more up front, got more of that maltiness, got that lovely biscuity bready note that I love. So final verdict, this one I think is the Menabrea, this one I think is the Budvar, and I'm putting this one through. So whether it's the Budvar or the Menabrea, that's the one that's going through. So without further ado, let's cut to future me seeing whether I was right. You know, I'm loving these blind taste tests, I gotta say. I'm wrong again. So basically, I'm reliably informed that this is the Budvar, and when my wife told me, I couldn't believe her. And that's the Menabrea. It's really weird how, how this kind of thing can play tricks. To be honest, again, these are really good beers. They're both really good. I said this one was bland. Well, I said this one was bland. It's not, but it is compared to this one. So there you go. So it's like, it's strange. I think when I first tried this one, I said it was crisp, it's clean, it's alright. I think when I tried this one, that tastes like a Czech Pilsner. So if that's the Menabrea, then well done, Menabrea. Excellent stuff. The Budvar has been knocked out, which is it's a beer I like, and it's a beer that I think is quite consistent. To be honest, I didn't think this would be one of the favourites. Well, or possibly one of the favourites considering what it's drawn against. But to be honest, I am surprised that it's out this early. But to be honest, if it had been against Tiski, if it had been against that Victoria Malaga, if it had been against some of the others, then I think this would have gone through. But that Menabrea is surprising me. I can't believe that's the Menabrea. But that's the whole point. I love it when I'm wrong on these taste tests because it shows that regardless of what I think is what, I'm basically putting the better one through. Yeah, that is a nice beer. And that is a nice beer. In fact, to be honest, they're both very nice beers. But yeah, compared to that one, this one is lacking in flavour. This one does not have the same kind of flavour as that one. This is crisper and cleaner than I thought that a Budvar was. But they're both nice. They're both very nice. It's got a lovely bitterness to it. This one, I think, could be one to watch now. The Menabrea, very impressed. As I say, I did like them both. They're both very nice beers. But I say, compared to this one did not have the flavour, or did not seem to have the flavour. Going everywhere. Look at that. There you are. We'll keep that in, eh? Didn't seem to have the flavour. So wow, I cannot believe it. So Budvar, another Czech Pilsner. Bites the dust. Staropramen UK is the only one still left in it. But Menabrea, well done Italy, you're still in it. Let's see how it does in the next round. So there we go. No more to say. Until next time, have a good one.